Jordan Tower, JT News.
Money deal.
Yeah.
And I spent time with Pac before the Cash Money deal.
Did you? What'd you guys do?
Yeah,
Did you guys go out to eat?
No.
What'd you guys do?
But you would think, right?
No, I'm just saying.
I went to visit him in prison, actually.
For real?
Wow.
Yeah. He was
For
in
what?
Dannemora, which is like a 6 or 8 hour drive from the city.
No, I was thinking that you went out to eat because you like to have lunch.
I do.
meets.
You're right. I usually when I meet with people, I meet around a meal because you know that's my life. Like,
That's me and Wendy used to have a meal every 2 months together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Night. I left at night. I left at like 10 o'clock at night, and I drove all night to get up to Dannemora because I wanted to be there by 8 a.m. Big Scoop was on the radio, and the reason I remember that is because he was on air, and I was having a conversation with him for most of the ride. Like, he kept me company by phone for like 3 hours. It was amazing.
Damn, you had a cell phone back then?
Yeah.
Big joint?
No, flip phone.
Oh yeah, that's when them Sprint joints came out with
Exactly.
and you had the dual analog and digital.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you were like, hold on, Scoop, I gotta call you back because it's on digital right now. This is expensive.
And I was jumping towers, so we would lose the call, and then I'd have to call him back because the service was kind of jumping towers.
Do you remember cell phones were so expensive back then? How much was
Now,
that
I don't
bill?
think that was Sprint at the time. That was Motorola. The flip phone.
No,
we
I
I
saw
think
Sprint
the
had
phone
just
was
came out.
Motorola, but I think
Oh,
the
yeah, you're
service,
probably right.
I think the service was Nextel.
Okay, so you go meet Pac. What do you guys talk about?
Oh God, everything. At that point in time, I had sent him a lot of books, and he got caught smoking a joint, so they banned all of his package privileges, so he couldn't get my books anymore. But like when you hear him talk about Makaveli and that stuff, like I had sent him that book to read.
Oh wow.
I sent him I sent him The Prince. I sent him my favorite
So
book.
basically, you gave Tupac a whole bunch of motivation, but
Yes.
the Makaveli motivation
Yes.
to inspire an album on Death Row Records.
Well, it inspired a mentality and a philosophy that transcended into his art.
The title of this video just changed. Just from you saying that, you know that with a lot of stuff, man.
Do you remember all the bootlegs that came out after Tupac passed? Do you think Death Row put them out?
Yeah. Well, Until the End of Time and Better Days? You're talking those?
Nah, she just talking about it was a lot of street releases.
There were a lot of street CDs out. I had a case that had like 30 Tupac albums.
Yo,
Really?
this is what I'm saying. It was Makaveli up until I think it was Makaveli Part 12 or something like that. I seen CDs.
Remember?
Yeah. It was.
And they were coming from somewhere. Like somebody was leaking them, and it had to be somebody with some decent knowledge of who to distribute them through, because they were distributed. They weren't just passed. Like it's not like Rec passed me one, and I,
So it was a way to dodge the estate, right?
It was like distributed.
Yeah.
A way to dodge the Tupac estate, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're very smart.
And I know that Afeni blamed Suge. Suge blamed Afeni. It was like a whole lot of blame going around. Meanwhile, we all had like 30 Tupac albums that passed.
Yeah, he had so much music that came out.
I remember before he died, he told me that he was going to put out an album called One Nation. And it had both East Coast and West Coast on it. And while I never heard that album come out, like I don't know what happened to that album. I know he was working on it. I know it was almost done. It never came out. But some of the songs appeared. Like there was a song with Buckshot from Black
Moon.
Yeah, that had appeared on one of the bootlegs. So some of the songs came out, but that actual album as a whole never came out. So obviously whoever was bootlegging it wasn't bootlegging it with Pac's wishes in mind.
Yeah.
Because those of us close to Tupac knew that was coming. We knew that album was coming. So had it been the estate that was bootlegging, I think as a mother, she would have followed her son's wishes. I'm just speculating.
Got you. I mean, during that time when he was telling you about this album, Pac to me, from what I got, he was very like like he was a visionist. Like he had everything mapped out.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
ahead of time.
Yes.
You know.
I had a business plan that I put together for him for his company called Euthanasia. And it included music, film, and a chain of, I'm not using the right words, but a chain of daycare centers and community centers in the hoods around the country.
That's dope.
Yeah, he had some
So
really
he really cared
awesome
about the community.
ideas.
He really did care about the
community. Really cared. That was genuine.